Well, welcome back. All this week, 6 News will be here for you with stories to keep you safe.
The first topic we're tackling is fire safety. Now, we all know you should have smoke detectors in your home, but do yours actually work?
That's a good question. And if you do find flames, should you try to fight them yourself?
Alexandra Illich talked with a local fire inspector to get you the answers.
I think it's safe to say you see these things everywhere you go. They can be seen when you look up at the ceiling and usually sit behind shiny glass in restaurants, schools, shopping malls, and even in your own home. Although they're used differently, they serve the same purpose, which is to help save lives. And fire officials say if you don't have a fire extinguisher in your home, well, you should get one.
It's paramount. Absolutely, you should have one in your home, at least one, if not two.
Allie, do fire extinguishers actually have an expiration date? And if they do, where do you find them?
So that's why I brought this one on the set. It's a good question. This one actually has a date, says 2016, but a lot of manufacturers say that anywhere from 5 years to 15 years, the fire extinguisher should be good.
Room after room, body after body. Heather, Leonard, Grant, Luke, Brendan, Rachel, all dead, all because of carbon monoxide. 2 days before, a storm cut their power. Genesee County Sheriff's officials say the Quasarano family hooked up their propane generator to get heat pumping back into their home. They didn't know the generator itself was pumping deadly gas inside as well. Amy's family didn't have a working carbon monoxide detector in their home. The Quasaranos didn't have one at all. They range in price anywhere from $20 to well over $100. Some have batteries, some plug in, some digital readouts, but they're all designed to do the same thing, warn you when poisonous gas is lurking in your home.
What carbon monoxide does is it goes into your bloodstream, and then what it does, instead of your blood cells picking up oxygen, it blocks the ability for your blood cells to pick up the oxygen. So you start to slowly suffocate.
It's called radon gas, and whether you know it or not, it's already in your home.
Now the question is, how do you know if it's dangerous for your family to be inside?
Our Justin Cree is here for you with the steps that you need to take to make sure that you are safe.
When the weather changes and the cold winds blow, we find ourselves closing up our home from the outside. There's an invader already in our house, waiting for the perfect time to strike. And when it does, it may already be too late. You can't see it, smell it, or taste it, but it causes cancer that doesn't show up for years.
About 21,000 lung cancer deaths a year.
That's right, radon gas kills thousands every year. How do you test your home? Barron says you can pick up a free testing kit at most county health departments. You open the kit up, fill out the information, hang the testing kit about 4 feet off the floor, wait 3 to 7 days to mail the kit in. In a couple weeks, your results will come back. If your home has high radon levels, the DEQ should be the next call you make, and they will recommend a long-term test that's a little bit more accurate.
Okay, kind of alarming to hear this. Justin Cree joining us now. So, all right, so you showed us this kit. Where's the best place to put that test kit?
You know, they say the best place is in your basement because, again, the cracks pull up that radon from the soil.
Soil outside.
But, you know, if you live in an apartment building, floors above the street, still test because every building, every home has some level of radon in it.
Wow.
So.
People are asking us, do those on-tap filters actually work? And should you be using one?
Our Mariah Harrison looked at water in Lansing and Jackson to find the answers for you.
When you reach for a glass of water from your tap, does it run through a filter first? They're not new. In fact, they've been around for decades. But in the wake of the Flint water crisis, there's renewed interest in these little gadgets. But how much of a difference do they really make? We went to the lab to find out.
The smaller bottle is what we use for the automated partial chemistry, and this larger one we would do for the copper lead testing.
Julia Piper is a manager at the Michigan DEQ testing lab. That partial chemistry test she's talking about looks at 7 different common components in drinking water. The Lansing samples came from a sink here at WLNS TV, and the Jackson Coffee Company allowed us to test the sink behind the counter at their store on Mechanic Street. After a week of testing,
sample receiving to the first floor lobby. Here's what we found. No trace of lead or copper in any of the 4 samples. And when it comes to Jackson City water, the filter had no effect on hardness or sulfates, but slightly decreased the amount of chloride, fluoride, and sodium. In Lansing, the filter didn't affect chloride, sulfate, or sodium levels, and decreased fluoride, nitrite, and iron levels, but not by much.
Great way to keep watch over the safety of your home is to install those security cameras. And it used to be that only the wealthy and businesses could afford them, but as our Aaron Dimmick explains, with advances in technology, all of that's changing.
In recent years, home security systems have improved by leaps and bounds, and now it seems that any home can be brought into the 21st century. Greg Judge works about 50 miles from home, but he's always just a click away, using a computer and smartphone to access his security cameras.
Having the video cameras gives me that extra peace of mind. I can look in, I can see that my pets are safe, my family's safe.
Judge even has a camera on his doorbell. When someone walks onto his front porch, he gets a text message, sees the visitor on camera, and can talk to them. Police say, along with security cameras, locking doors and proper lighting can also help you from becoming a victim. Here for you in Jackson, Aaron Dimmick, 6 News.
This is 6 News at noon.
You're taking a look inside Lowe's home improvement store in South Lansing, where 6 News is on location. We've been handing out life-saving items to protect you and your family inside your home. It's our big Safety Day giveaway, and it's our top story at noon. Thank you so much for watching this afternoon. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. This week on 6 News, we told you how to protect your home from fires. Then we told you about the dangers of carbon monoxide, the silent killer. After that, we talked to you about radon. Yesterday, we highlighted what's in your wallet, and later tonight, we'll continue our safety reports for you, looking at security systems for your home. When we say we're here for you, we mean it. And to show you that, we have a team inside Lowe's right now on South Cedar Street for that giveaway that started about an hour ago. Mariah Harrison joining us live. Mariah, how's it going?
Well, Siobhan, the turnout for our 6 News Safety Day giveaway has been amazing. So amazing, in fact, that we've actually had to start turning people away. But one activity that is here at Lowe's and will be open until 1 p.m. is the James Malcolm Fire Safety Trailer. This one's for the kids.
The holidays are right around the corner, and it's that time of year when people head out of town. But before you go away, preparing your home is crucial.
Honestly, it's really all about planning.
Lansing Police Community Service Officer Kasha Osborne says homeowners should remain aware to stop burglars from breaking into your home.
Protecting your home comes down to thinking ahead, and if homeowners do that, your home will stay safe while you're gone for the holidays. Here for you in Lansing, Alicia Bergio, 6 News.
And if you're buying gifts this holiday season, you could be a target.
Well, thieves can strike in lots of different places in and around stores, so you need to have a plan for yourself and your family when you head out to shop.
Our Veronica Gabriel is here for you with a few tips on how you can stay safe.
It's the season for giving, but buyers beware. With more shoppers hitting the stores for the holidays brings more opportunity for someone to hit your wallet. With shoppers already out in full force, we sat down with Meridian Township Assistant Police Chief Ken Plaga, who shared a few important safety tips to watch out for this time of year. Tip number 1, it all starts with parking your car.
We continue our special Safety for You series tonight. This time, we're focusing on kids.
Now, you might think that your home is the safest place in the world for your children, but it might not be.
Our Lauren Thompson recently went to experts to find out just how many hidden dangers can be found inside your own home, especially when it comes to young kids and babies.
I definitely have some changes to do.
Sparrow Injury Prevention Coordinator Mickey Kraft helped Erin see that as she walked through Erin's home, pointing out what she's done right.
I applaud you for the outlet covers there, smoke detector there, that's good.
While making a list of more things to do, from the bathrooms.
Do you have a toilet seat lock?
Not yet.
I would get one of those. Children have drowned.
To the bedrooms.
Her crib is kind of close to the window, so the monitor, of course, she could grab that.
And in the kitchen.
You might want to find something that she can't eventually get turn them on. This would definitely hurt. I would put a gate there in case you ask. Yes, always.
Mickey found plenty of potential dangers where Paige could get hurt, But in this house, she says it's the giant TVs and heavy furniture that's the greatest danger.
So that was a lot of information, right? Well, even as a mother of 4 little ones, I learned a thing or two along the way. But to highlight the bullet points, you definitely want to plug your outlets, latch your cupboards, keep the cords wound up, and make sure the beds aren't too close to windows. And again, anchor that furniture. It really is scary. And in fact, I have some work to do with that in my own home.
Your own. Definitely slips, trips, and falls.
Slips, trips, and falls. Susie knows only too well about that scenario. Her own mother, Betty, suffered a couple of falls and eventually died in April. Susie's mom broke her hip and had to be moved into assisted living. Did you have a talk to her at some point to say, Mom, what were you thinking?
We took the footstool away.
Taking things away is a good idea, and so is being aware of these medical conditions, like any muscle weakness, arthritis, inner ear problems, diabetes, and even some medications. Contact the Lansing Area Safety Council for more ways to stay safe and avoid falls. And just head to our website, WLNS.com, for that information. And there are lots of handy helpers right here, Sherry, that keep you safe, like grab bars for your tub and also your shower. And this is a great segue in, because we're going to be giving some of these away this Friday coming up.
This is 6 News at 6.
But it's my fault my son's dead. It's no one else's but mine. I was the parent on duty, and I failed my son.
Gut-wrenching words spoken by a mother who is still grieving, heartbroken over the loss of her 3-year-old son, who died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It's been nearly 4 years since that tragic day, and for the first time, Melissa Easter and her husband Mark speak publicly about their painful ordeal, and they hope that by sharing their devastating story, you'll understand why it can happen to anyone.
You know, like I said, there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about them. Not an hour that doesn't go by that I don't think about them.
The pain is so real for Mark and Melissa Easter. They live their lives hour by hour waiting for the heartache to end, knowing it never will. Their youngest child, Michael, was just 3 years old when the unthinkable happened. It's a day that changed their lives forever.
I noticed Michael wasn't in here, and as I was walking around the corner, I heard the gunshot. I honestly first thought it hit me. I don't know why. I just remember my chest just hurt. I think it was my heart dropping of, oh my God. And then I immediately ran into the room because I saw him on the floor. Actually, I saw him fall, and I tried to do everything I could. And I remember thinking in my head, at the same time, I've got to be a mom, and I slammed the door shut. And the girls are trying to get in. I'm like, no, call your dad, get my cell phone.
I was 2 minutes down the road, trade my place in a heartbeat. You know, if I could bring my son back right now, you know, even for a minute, you know, you see those Facebook posts, you know, what would you do, or who would you talk to on a park bench if you had 5 more minutes? And I'd just like to hug them and tell them I love them. I know. And I'm sorry.
I know, it's a tough one. You know, we're very sorry for the Easter family's loss, and we really appreciate their bravery for sharing their story with us. And I know that stories are really hard to hear, stories like this one, but these types of tragedies, they're preventable if people store their guns responsibly. It just takes just a few seconds to unload a gun and then secure it with a gun lock. Like this one.
Right. The important thing is about this is that these gun locks are going to be available. And this is why we're doing the Safety for You special and this month for a reason, because we want to be there for you and we want to save lives and make lives healthier and happier. And you know, coming up Friday.
A little closer to home, just an hour ago, 6 News began its second Safety Day giveaway at the Lowe's in the city of Jackson. It's just one way to show you that we're here for you and to make sure your family is safe. Our Mariah Harrison is there right now. Mariah, how are things going today?
All right, Justin, check it out. Our second 6 News Safety Day giveaway is in full swing out here at Lowe's in Jackson on Boardman Road. We've got David Young. He's getting his picture taken right now, but he is handing out those gun locks to all the folks that showed up today. We've got Emily Walls and Jane Aldridge also handing out the goodie bags. And you want to know where I am? Well, I am parked right next to my best friend Jake, the fire safety dog. He's been hanging out with us all day from from 6 News this morning all the way to 6 News at noon. Big thank you, Jake, and big thank you to Scott Krajewski with the Blackman-Leone Township Department of Public Safety. Good morning, or good afternoon to you at this point.